Let's talk about Python. No, not the cool reptile, but the incredibly powerful programming language that can help you automate almost anything. So, the reason I wanted to make this video is that I wanted to show you how to automate things with Python, and that you don't have to be a genius to start automating things. So, let's get into it. I've been meaning to learn German, but instead of taking the time to actually learn German, I created a script that translates it for me. So let me demo how this works. So let me execute the file. I want to learn German.
Ich will Deutsch lernen.
Yeah, so hopefully that is correct. I don't know German, so I can't really say. So what I wanted to do with this video is to show you that automation with Python is quite easy, and all you need to know is the basics of Python and programming, and you can start automating things in your life. So yeah, let's get started. Before actually moving to the coding side of the video, I wanted to lay down some steps that are required for us to actually build this translation script. So these were the steps which I identified, and the reason why I do this is because this will give us a better understanding on what is automation and why we use Python. So let's go over the steps. So the first step is to get audio from the microphone, and then we convert the audio to text. We then translate the text to German, and then we output the German text as audio. So the reason why we use Python is because of the large ecosystem it has. There are numerous packages for each use case. So let's consider this. The first step, get audio from microphone. So if I move this a little bit, I'll zoom out. So the first step would be to figure out whether there's a package for each of these steps. And if I move this a little more, probably yes. So there might be a package for each of these steps, and then now we have to check which one is the most suitable, meaning well maintained, gives no error, lightweight and fast. And the reason why I say this is because if I head over to their site here and go and type speech recognition, there are numerous packages just for that one use case. So the next, we have to figure out which one among all these are good. So one of the indicator would be the date, probably the latest one is probably better. And the next one would be the stars. So this one just has one. So if I go back here and type in one of the packages which we'll be using, which is speech recognition, and the first one right here, this has got 7,125 stars, which probably means it's good. So if I go back here, so once we've figured out which packages to use, next step would be to connect all the steps and packages. So we connect all these and we have our translation script. So that is why I say, to actually understand what automation is, to get started with the automation, it's not that difficult, because there are packages for most use cases, and you just have to figure out how it works, which one to use, and just connect all the dots, and you can get your outcome. So that's enough of me talking, and let's move on to the coding part of the video. Let's get started. So let me open my terminal, and in here I'll cd into dev yt. In your case it might be different. And in here, let me create a directory called automation, and we'll also cd, we'll go into that directory, and I'll open VS Code from that directory. So we have a VS Code in here. Let me cancel that welcome page and open my terminal. And in here, what we'll do is we'll be creating a virtual environment. And the reason why we do this is because we want to avoid conflicts with other projects. So by creating a virtual environment, what you do is you consolidate each project into their own workspaces, so that these projects don't have conflicts with the packages in between them. So in order to create a virtual environment, what you do is you type in Python 3 you give it the M flag and venv, and you give it the name of the virtual environment, so vir. If I hit enter, we have a folder called vir, and okay, yeah, we got a folder called vir. So if you don't have virtual environment installed, you can install it with the help of Google. It's quite straightforward. So now to activate it, what you type in is source, you give it the name vir bin activate and hit enter. And I misspelled it, so it is source. Yeah, fine. So once you are you have this vir with brackets, that means you're inside your virtual environment. So what we did is we went to vir bin activate, and the M flag means that we need to execute the module as script. So once we've done that, let us create a file called translator.py. So we've created the file. Now we can move inside that file. So we are inside that file now. Paste in the steps which are required for this project, which is what we discussed earlier. So let's start off with the first step. So get audio from the microphone. So in order for us to do this, if I open Firefox here, this is the package which is required for us to get the audio and from the microphone. So let me install this, and if you want to see how this works, if you just scroll down in here, it should be right in the examples folder, which is here, sorry, it's here. Yeah, these are all the different examples. You can just read them and just see for yourself how it works, but we won't be doing that. I'll be showing you how to do it manually. So let me go to my terminal again and paste in that command, which is pip install speech recognition. So if I hit enter, it should install all the deps for us. So yeah, so we've got it. Now let me import it. So import speech recognition as SR, and then we initialize it. We create a object, so SR dot recognizer, and then we can use with dot SR the microphone as source. So with basically replaces the try catch block in a more concise way. It handles the opening of resource and the disconnection of resource when the code executes. That's what basically with is. So we initialize this as source, so now we can use this now as source. Next step is, let me just print, and this is just for like development purposes. Say print, say something, audio r.listen, fine, print done. Okay, so this is just basically for us to see in the terminal whether this is working. And in here I can give it a couple of more parameters, so which is timeout in 2 seconds, and phrase time limit 5 seconds. So this basically means that if the microphone does not get any input for 2 seconds, disconnect this, just cancel this out, and we can speak. And this basically says that we can speak for a max of 5 seconds. Let me save that, go to terminal and execute this file. So python 3, and I give it the name of the file, so translator.py. Okay, and we got a error, so no module called PyAudio. Okay, this is because this package requires another package called PyAudio, so we'll have to install PyAudio. So let's just install that. So pip install PyAudio. That should install that for us, and let's execute this again. Execute the file. Okay, say something. Hello world, hello. Done. Okay. Oh, sorry, I forgot to actually get the text to the terminal, so let's do that next. Get text from audio. So audio text recognize .google audio lang English. Okay, and let's also print this. So audio text. Now let's try that again. Python translator.py. So should give us a message, say something, hello world. So if I wait for 5 seconds now, it should disconnect and should print out the result. Let's see what it is. Businesses say something, hello world, and I was babbling something. It works, but I was since I was constantly speaking something, it gave out some other text. Yeah, and also when you're installing Pi audio in Mac, you'll have to install that separately, called port audio. So you might get an error while installing Pi audio, so you'll have to install another dependency with the brew. If I go back to Google, we go to Mozilla here and brew install port audio. This is the package which will be, if you're a Mac user, you'll have to install this as well. So that's what is required from the package. So yeah, so we've got the text as audio. Now the next step is to translate this text to German. So in order to do that, we need another package called Google Translator. So if I go to Firefox again, I go to my package, my GitHub. So while developing this script, I found out that Google Trans, if I go to PyPy, let me just go here, Google Trans. Yeah, so we have a lot of different packages. So among them, the latest one, if I go back to VS Code, what we need is to install the alpha version, which is 3.1.0A0. This is the version which you need. The version 3 does not. I was getting an error while using version 3. So let me hit enter. That should install the deps for us. Okay, and let me import Google Trans as actually will from Google Trans will import translator, and now we can use this. So let's go here, translator, create a object called translator from this class translator, and then the result we'll put the result in this variable called result. So translator dot translate audio text to German. Dest de is basically Germany, and print result dot text. So before actually the reason why you're using de is because that is how this package interprets German as a language. So if you want to see a list of the language it provides us, what you could do is you could just print out. Let me import this as well. One second. This is just to show you all. You don't have to do this. Import Google Trans dot languages, and I'll just comment all this out. I'll comment this as well. Okay, sorry. Where is it? I'll comment this as well, and I'll comment this as well. Let me just execute this file. So yeah, so these are all the different languages. So if you want say Afrikaans, it's AF. Hausa, I hope I'm saying that correctly, it's Eche. So that's how I found that DE stands for Germany. Okay, so let me just cancel that out, remove the terminal, uncomment this out, and uncomment this as well. So with that, all the errors should be gone, and I also will take this out, this as well, and I'm still getting an error. That's because translator I've not initialized it. And okay, so let me open my terminal and let's see what we get. So I'll execute the file again. Hello world, I'm speaking German. Now let's see. Okay, it's given me the English version and the German version as well. So that step's done as well. Now the final part is to play the text, play the German text as audio. So in order to do that, we need another package called gtts. So pip install gtts. So install all the deps for us, and now I can just use that. So let's say tts is equal to gtts, whatever result, basically this one which we are getting, result dot text, and the lang is de German, sorry, and I want it to be said in a slow manner, so slow is equal to true. So okay, I haven't imported it, so let me just import that from gtts import gtts, so that the error is gone. Let me actually decrease the size of this, and in here I'll save the result in a file called, it's called translation mp3, translation mp3. Now let's execute this and see what we get. So let me python translator.py this, so execute this file. See, cannot import name gtts from gtts. Okay, so basically I made an error here. This should be in caps gtts, and in here if I go, this is also gtts. If I bounce that again, let's see what the error is. Again I'm getting an error. So from gtts okay, this is also caps. Install, and I'll hit execute. I am speaking German. I can make friends now. Okay, let's see. I'm speaking German, and it didn't understand the last part, and it's given me the output here. And if you see here, we got a file called translator.mp3.
Ich spreche deutschsprachige Deutsche AG Prenzlau.
Okay, I hope that's correct. So now what we could do is we could play that. So let's play that audio. Play the audio. So for Mac users, it would be os.system. We'll have to import OS. So import OS, and let me go down again. Import system. Af play. I don't know why it's like this, but that's how it is for Mac, and for Windows users it is os.system. It's quite straightforward for Windows users. It's just start and translation. I'll just copy this out, and I'll also put this as string. I'll comment this out. So Windows users should use this and Mac users should use this. Now let's try whether this works. I want to learn German. Okay, I should be getting I want to learn German.
Ich will Deutsch lernen.
Okay, so it spoke it out. I hope that's correct. Yeah, so we've built this translation tool. I hope you all can see how easy it is to automate things with Python. And while I can see I've made a mistake here, so this should be, yeah, now it's correct. So to make things easier for you guys, like to use this code, let me create a requirements file which has all the deps. So pip freeze requirements.txt. So this will create a new file called requirements.txt with all the depths and the version of it. So if you're new to Python, that's how you basically get that. So pip freeze and the file name. So yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you derived some value. Thanks for watching.